40 in the morning. So when these kids are not through, I hear her slow. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Talk of Titusville. First, let me apologize for the delay, little technical difficulties. So, um, we have Joe Robinson here today. He is the vice mayor
Yes,
of the city of Titusville right now, and he is running for the mayor
yes.
of Titusville.
Thank,
So, I welcome you.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself for anyone that's new, that's watching, that don't know you or anything about you?
Okay. Gladly. I grew up in the state of Texas. I'm retired military. I'm from a family of 18 children.
Wow.
Same mom, same dad.
Yeah.
And I retired from the military, United States Coast Guard
Thank you for your
here
service.
in Titusville. I was the engineering officer on the Coast Guard cutter down at Port Canaveral,
Nice.
and decided to stay in the area. I basically I was the CEO executive director of North Boulevard Charities for 24 years,
Oh, wow.
where we invested in our community,
Yep.
making a difference. And even the families here in this, where we are today,
Right.
would help make a difference within our community throughout Titusville and throughout North Brevard.
Right.
We have, I have been here for 30 years, 34 years,
34.
34 years. I moved here in 1990, June of 1990,
Wow.
and fell in love with Titusville. And when I retired from the military, my family and I decided to make this home.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a beautiful town.
It is. I think so.
I'm here 8 years.
Yeah, I've
So,
worked all over Brevard County and lived in Merritt Island, was stationed there, and I found that Titusville had the best family environment
yeah,
for me.
small town,
Mhm.
small town vibe. Yeah. So, um, anything else did you like to do in your free time, or do you have
Well,
anything?
I pastor a church, Antioch Christian Fellowship Baptist Church,
There you go.
right down on Antioch, and I've been there as pastor for almost 6 years, but as associate pastor, I've been there a total of 12 years.
Very nice.
And that's my first and number one priority in my life,
Right.
is to have my relationship and to try to be the light for as many others to join me in that
Right.
particular process.
Very nice. So, all right. So we're going to get on to the questions today.
Sure.
All right. So North Brevard has seen a significant growth and changes in recent years. What specific plan do you have to further stimulate economic development in our city? And how will you ensure that this growth will benefit all residents, including small business owners and low-income families?
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, we have seen a lot of growth and I don't know if I could say that we need any stimulation at all. What is happening that businessmen, developers is coming to Florida
Yeah.
and finding out basically Titusville is one of the last frontiers,
Right.
and they want to come in and be part of that and make it make some money off of it, and we have to watch the process as it go forward. We have the what's working for us. We have the North Boulevard Economic Development
Development.
Zone.
Yes.
That is helping guide that process, but it also helping to draw developers in as well. We have the Space Center that is in our right
Backyard.
right alongside of us. So that's going to bring technology and higher paying jobs to the area. So when you have individuals that coming in and they are at the graduate and the PhD level,
Right.
they're going to want housing that accommodate all of the hard work that they have been and that have put in to
And
do
they make
that.
good money.
And they make
Good
good
money.
money,
Yeah.
and we want to bring that over to this side of the river as well. And plus, we have we want companies on this side of the river, if you will, that supports them and
Right.
that hires our citizens here in Titusville.
Right.
And so what we're going to have to do is basically train and educate our residents of Titusville to be able to be part of that, to go out and work with the college, work with the workforce development board to get the training that is needed to get jobs
In
that
that
pay a decent
industry.
in that
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're going to do. The small businesses or can come in and do what small business does is that they come in and they kind of fill the gap where the larger companies, small grocery stores, small restaurants, and small even engineering firms that come in.
Yeah.
But and we have to be careful that the small business have to qualify as far as safety is concerned, as the large business, if you need a fire extinguisher in a large company,
Right,
you need a fire extinguisher in a small
right.
company. The same code is required. Now, I know that it's sometimes difficult for small companies to do that because sometimes to meet that safety requirement is it's a big ticket item.
It is.
But we
Safety,
have to,
yeah,
and I know from experience that the city staff will do their best to work with anyone if they understand that they have requirements that they have to make, but they will do what they can to help the small business owner to meet those standards.
right,
So we're going to do that, and small business is an important that if you look at from an economic perspective, the small businesses is the backyard is the backbone of business in our country.
right.
Without small businesses, we cannot have a middle class.
A lot of entrepreneurs,
Oh, absolutely,
and they start 5 years old nowadays. It's
absolutely,
amazing to see the kids and how they dream these jobs up, just making
absolutely.
little things, and then they build it from there.
Right, and parents are working. I mean, that's family is the key to it all. That
Yeah,
we have to start grooming our families and training our family, and don't leave anyone behind.
right,
That's my biggest goal, and that's what I've worked toward. My 30 years here in Titusville and my 24 years in the military,
right.
working in third world countries and so forth, and try to make a difference in people's
The
lives.
big difference from the United States.
Oh, yes, they
And
don't.
yeah,
One of the things that's different is opportunity.
yeah,
The-
opportunities, home housing.
yeah,
So it's much different.
oh,
People don't realize it until you visit those countries.
right,
And like my son will say, wow, that's all they have. And I said, this is what they have here,
yeah. I
you know?
remember I was stationed with the State Department in a country I won't call his name. And one morning, my staff and I, we were walking down Saturday morning, we were walking down the street, and we saw a local vendor, local businessman, business person. And I said, let's try some of the local cuisine.
Yep,
And I wanted bread and butter, just simple bread and
yep.
butter. And I purchased it, butter on the bread, and I took a bite off of it, and I just couldn't stand the taste.
Hmm.
But it was a local individual that was standing there. And I asked him, I said, would you like to have this? And he said, yes. He said, this is all I've eaten in 3 days.
Yeah,
So in this country, we don't realize
we
in
don't.
most cases how blessed we are.
Right,
No one in our country has to start out at the bottom
right.
because the bottom is already lifted up,
Yeah, yeah,
brother.
it is.
Yeah, it's already lifted up.
So, well, that's awesome. So, all right. So question number two, with the increased population and economic activity in North Brevard, there is a growing need for improved infrastructure and public services. How do you plan to address the current challenges related to transportation, utilities, public safety, and what are priorities for future investments in these areas?
Okay, let's eliminate a couple of them. Transportation, first off, let's start. Public transportation is what we're assuming that we're addressing.
Yeah,
And public transportation is ran by SCAT,
which is
and
county.
which is
Yeah,
county,
right.
and we can give them advice and so forth, but they fit their own schedule to make sure that they can be in certain parts of the county, and we have such a long county. It's a difficult thing to
It's a
manage.
long bus ride, I hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I sit on the transportation board for Brevard County
Okay.
for the Space Coast. And we're always trying to figure out, and when we get a report from the executive director on what we're doing, what they're trying to do next,
Right.
bringing technology so a person doesn't have to sit at the bus stop forever. They can track the bus
That's amazing that.
yes, it's
I,
awesome
I, yeah,
how that
I
works.
used to be at a store and someone will say, do you know when the bus is coming? And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I finally, someone I think it was Michael actually, he told me about the app, and I was able to take that app, and then I could say, okay, well, here's the bus and it's supposed to be here at
Here,
this time.
yeah.
And it's amazing. But I will say, I think the Titusville has gotten a lot more.
Yes, we have,
Expanded the routes.
yeah, then we put shade and
Yeah,
seats and some, and all that's done by SCAT. That's
right.
by
But
our
you're
program.
there to
We're
support
there
that
to
site. Yeah.
ask them. We're asked
Yep.
there to support them in any way that we possibly can. As far as infrastructure, now if we could take a big what is it, X-ray machine,
Hmm.
and just hold it over Titusville and say, okay, let's look at all of the pipes and and so forth.
Engineers out there, get a
Ye-
satellite up there that
Yes,
can do
they
that.
can do that, and then we will know we already know approximately the age of some of the piping that is going through under our city. But we have the issue of we don't know that it's weak really until it bursts.
Breaks, yeah.
And then what we do, what we first we attack the problem so that we can get all of the homes and families that are affected by that back online, back on
As
the
quick as possible,
services,
yeah.
and then we can evaluate. Say, okay, we can take a thickness check. We can inspect it from the inside, see what type of corrosion that is going on, and examine it because we have it open. And then the city staff, can set priorities that we can say, okay, this area over here on Knox McCray
Yeah,
has had several ruptures, say 100 feet apart.
right,
So we know that that section is beginning to weaken, so
right.
we can concentrate as we get money and money becomes available, the dollars become available, we can focus in on that area.
That's
So, like we're doing down along the Indian River.
right.
So after we had the spill
Yeah.
a couple of Christmases ago,
Uh-huh.
and we've gone in there. We've done a lot of work
Yeah.
and to replace all of
Yeah, the
those.
road's all tore up, so
Oh yes,
yeah.
that's
So
what
we
that's
know
all
where they're
about.
working is
Yes,
after you see the road tearing
right.
up, and it's moving
And
along,
the
so.
public service, as far as garbage and so forth, we get all kinds of accolades about not only that we pick up our services on time, about our personnel, about the staff, because they go that extra mile.
They do.
They go that
I owned a home, so yes,
they go that extra
they did,
mile,
yeah,
and we honor and praise the staff for caring about their community.
yeah.
And but we do have a process, the city manager and staff has a process that they try to replace them every so many, because you're talking about vehicles that cost upward of $500,000 each. So we have, just like at fire trucks and so forth, you
Right.
just can't, and then
The
the,
street cleaner.
yes, yes,
I saw it out the other
yeah.
day. It's nice to see the street cleaner going
Yes.
down and
If you ever
around.
lived in a big city, you see them every night.
Well, every day, yeah,
Yes.
our alternate side of the street
Yeah,
park.
yeah,
Yes, I grew up in a town like that.
yeah,
New York City has one that spits the water on the sidewalk and
yeah.
washes the sidewalks now, believe it
Ah,
or not, when they go through.
wow.
Like, yeah.
So
But
we are doing that, but it is a process that has to be put in place, because uh, we don't, the city staff, the city government don't make money.
right,
We have to use the taxpayers' dollars, and we want to use them to the best that we can. But we can't, everyone in their home does their bookkeeping differently.
yeah,
One would say you go into this home, they do it this way, and you go into this home and they do it this way. And they feel like they do it the best.
right.
And that's the problem that we try to use a formula that is the best for our community as a whole, not for each individual or any particular section of time.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So engaging with the community and maintaining transparency and decision making are crucial for public trust. What measures will you implement to ensure residents of North Brevard are actively involved in the political process and have access to clear, timely information about local government actions and
Uh,
you know where
uh,
this touches from.
of course, and that is probably one of the hottest political questions during an election year.
Yeah,
You know what transparency? Transparency again is one thing for one person and another thing for another person. I don't think that we